What's up, y'all? Long time no talk. Long time no see. We're putting in the downpipe today for the 340. So I already have it up. Excuse the messy garage. As a dad and family health issues with career changes, garage is least of my worries currently. Anyways, lovely beauty. Again, love it. I'll do more of a deep review like at some point later, but yeah, we're gonna change the downpipe. I don't know if I'm gonna record the install per se because there's many videos already up and you guys don't need my clumsy self to show you how, but it's cooling off right now. Got the intake and right below we have to do a couple clips and bolts right here for sensors, excuse my runny nose, some O2 sensors, and then release the downpipe down here. But I'm gonna take the bottom of the intake off and then get going. Let's look underneath real quick. Ugh. So I don't know how much you guys are gonna be able to see, but a couple bolts and nuts I have to take off. Actually nuts rather, not bolts. But then that old grimy downpipe is coming off. This is my first time going with no cat, which should be fun because I hear it smells, but who knows? Yeah, and we'll compare sound clips with the More Performance sound kit, the MSSPK. Sorry, I'm a new Beamer guy, so you'll have to forgive me, but I already have a exhaust system, so it already crackles and pops a lot. So with a catted or a decatted, uncatted, uncat with a downpipe with no cat, it should be a lot louder. So we'll do sound clips after as well. Alright, so pro tip when you're taking these off, because mine were like mad corroded on and hard to take out. On the back side, when I plugged in, on the back side here, obviously this front part you pull back, it's easy to access. Stick a, what do you call these? Like eyeglasses kit thing, screwdriver thing, and get in between right here and lift up and it slides right out. It's a little pro tip if your clips look like mine, hella corroded and stuff. So yeah, time to get going on some lower bolts. Gotta take this out first. So here's the downpipe, the old downpipe versus the new Mrm downpipe. This voice dub, by the way. Obviously my mic wasn't working as you can see it in my hand. Anyway, I had to beat the hell out of the pipe, get a screwdriver, hammer or mallet the screwdriver in between the mid pipe and the downpipe just to get it off. So this is me showing you guys kind of like the aftermath. Look at that mid pipe destruction, and technically it's looks similar to that currently because I just beat it back, torched it, beat it back, and slid a new clamp over it. So technically that's what I had to deal with, and that's why this was a pain in the freaking butt to install, because those mating surfaces would not allow me to pull the downpipe. In the last clip you can see me basically putting all my skinny ass strength into doing that, and that's basically what I got. So yeah, there's the new downpipe that went in versus the old one, and you can still see that front upstream O2 sensor got stuck in there. I'll talk about it later on in the video. Shit sounds fire. Do a little first gear second. God. I'm gonna have to edit those pops. I love pops, but that's like a lot. This shit is dangerous, bruh. Popcorn, get your popcorn. Jesus. What's going on, guys? So this is like day number 3, I guess, of filming. This will be the 3rd day. It's a Monday. Headed home from work. Hold on, let me turn on some air before I die with no windows open. It's pretty hot out here in Vegas today. Downpipe install. I just want to recap real quick. I didn't really film so much of the process as there's multiple videos of other people doing it. So I just wanted to go over some of like the troubleshoot items that you should probably listen to that people warn you about that I ran into. I don't know if it was because my car is originally a Canadian car and then it made a quick brief stop at a dealer in Pittsburgh, or what. Because I mean, I've lived on the West Coast most of my adult life. Hold on. So the only other car I really worked on was a Subaru, and that was bought here in Las Vegas with like 10 miles on it. So I was, West Coast car, no rust, no nothing. So I had issues with getting the downpipe off of the mid pipe. It wouldn't budge, guys. Like, it was like rusted on. And I'll show a picture. It was just stuck on. So penetrating oil wasn't working. I basically had to stick a flathead all around the circumference of the mid pipe and the downpipe, and basically use a mallet and get into the mid pipe to give me some leverage to bend the bottom of the downpipe out and come out, basically. So that was the issue there. Again, a Canadian car, so maybe that was the issue. The C-clamp on the bottom that kind of holds to the bracket at the bottom, the mid pipe and the downpipe, I went to loosen that off and it completely snapped on me. So new clamp. I just bought a universal one off of Amazon. What else? The V-band clamp that everybody tells you should probably get a second one of, or whatever. I had to end up cutting the bolt because the nut at the bottom wouldn't stop. The clamp wouldn't hold the nut, so it would stop spinning. So it just spun, and no matter what I did, it wouldn't stop. And I bought a torch and everything for the first time. I had to use a torch for the downpipe and try to heat up the nut too and do some other funny stuff. I ended up just taking a Dremel and cutting the bolt in the middle of the V-band clamp so it could pop open, and going to the hardware store. Lowe's is like 2 minutes from me, and basically buying a new bolt and some nuts rather. So that's another thing that maybe you should have in the back pocket just in case, or at least have something that you can cut the bolt if it's gonna get stuck, the nut. That's another one. Okay, so then I got the new downpipe in. I'm like, yeah, finally, right? This is still day one. This is technically Saturday when I worked on it, my first day. The downpipe then fit into the mid pipe that I had freaking peeled open essentially just to get it to fit, or take out the old downpipe. So the tail end of the downpipe into the mid pipe fit in, and then I'm up top now trying to mate the top of the downpipe to the turbo, and I didn't have enough. Like, it was too short. So then I was struggling to pull the downpipe off of the mid pipe, and now it was too late. It was so far in the mid pipe, it didn't want to come out. So then at this point, it was Saturday. It was like, 8 o'clock at night, no sun. I had lots of light under the car, but I was like over it. I had already been working on it the whole day, figuring it would be like a 2-hour job max, because I did the downpipe in the Subaru easy, right? And it just wasn't. So I was like on the Facebook group here for the Vegas Beamers, like, yo, anybody know a mobile mechanic? And I talked to one and like, hey, can you come by at some point, either tomorrow, which was Sunday, or Monday? He was like, I don't really do Sundays, but Monday I got you. And then Sunday morning came, and he was like, you know what? I went out and got a torch. This is when I got a torch. I was like, I'm just going to freaking do it. I'm either going to torch it, or I'm just going to bang the hell out of my new downpipe to pull it off, or at least get it out far enough so it mates to the turbo. And then I'll work backwards. Now that it's mated to the turbo, then I can mate it back to the mid pipe and all that good stuff. That's when I pulled it up and finally got it out, but then I ran into issues of the V-band clamp wouldn't close because the nut, and then I had to end up cutting the bolt, going to the hardware store and getting it. Anyways, you might want to buy an extra C-clamp on the very bottom that holds to the bracket, the mid pipe and the downpipe. You should probably get you a V-band clamp or something to already have that you cut a bolt. Maybe you already do, because you work on your cars way more than I do, and your garage tool basket, or not tool basket, fuck it, what do you call it, tool box, has more tools than I do. If you have a torch, even better, because I'm not the torch guy, but this was like, yo, I need a torch. The last thing I ran into, the O2 sensor, the upstream O2 sensor did not want to come out of the old downpipe at all. I basically rounded that bitch off. I penetrated the oil the whole freaking day, multiple 8, 9, 10 times. I, heated it up a little bit. I didn't want to get too crazy because it's an O2 sensor, and it didn't want to come out. So I had to order a upstream, front upstream O2 sensor off of eBay, because everywhere is out of stock unless I want to pay $300 for an OEM. And then everybody's out of stock of like your equivalent, like your lesser equivalent or whatever. So I found one on eBay. It should be here in a couple days. So then there's that. And I was just like, it can't get, like, everything that could go worse on this install or go bad went bad for me. So that's kind of my spiel, 6-minute spiel on install downpipe. It sucked. I got it done, so I can say I did it and went through the freaking hell. I did try to flash last night because I have a transmission or engine check light on my dash right now for the O2 sensor, and found out that I can't because my DME is locked, of course, 2018. And I guess I didn't make the window of not having mine already unlocked or not locked in the first place. So I looked up some people on the Facebook group enthusiast, B58 enthusiast or whatever page, and there's somebody in Arizona close by that actually does it. So I'm probably going to look into it tonight, take out the DME tomorrow, and get that sent. That way by the end of the week or weekend, the DME will be back, and I can make another video on basically tuning, because I do want to turn off this light and get tuned basically. So that's the plans.
stay in tune for that. That'll be a whole MHD tuning. And the burbles and the downpipe sounds beautiful, guys. I love to be loud and obnoxious, but I'm gonna be completely honest with you. The burbles are too much for even me. I used to love downshifting in the Subaru, letting off, let it pop pop. But I'm cool like for a pop pop and maybe a third pop. But all the prrrr, like it's a lot. So I want to play with the settings and get that figured out. And then I still have the BM3 Flex Fuel Kit to put in as well. So that's probably going to be the next one. And then hopefully I can get some money together so I can get some wheels and suspension. And then at that point, I'll be comfortable where I'm at. And then we can go for more aesthetics and other things and whatnot. So I'm going to get on the freeway. I will see y'all in another video. I do want to do like a raw driving experience, no talking, just exhaust video, but I'll save that for when the DME is done and I have no light on the dash. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll catch y'all in another one. Peace.